Dr. Mundo is a highly, and I stress the highly underrated champion in the meta right now. So right now, I really think that he can be played in almost any position in the game of League of Legends because he is just really strong in any of them. So I'm just going to talk a bit about the tank update and how it affected Mundo and why Mundo is good in really any position. So the tank update, Mundo got nerfed and buffed. He got nerfed because he relies on a lot of health because his E scales off his health, and he just builds a lot more health than he does MR and armor. So a lot of the items like Spirit Visage, Dead Man's Plate, Randuin's Omen give him less health, all of them being less than 500, and that kind of nerfs Mundo in a way. But at the same time, he also got a kind of important buff with Spirit Visage. It got a 30% healing instead of 25 now, and Spirit Visage is one of the core items on Mundo because now his cleavers overheal him and his ult heals him a lot more, and it's just a really good item on Dr. Mundo. And another thing about Mundo is that he really does go where he pleases. I think that he can play top, jungle, mid, and support really well. Top, he's always been a really good top laner, just because he's really pokey in the early game, and he has a lot of harass, and he's good at farming with his W and Sunfire Cape, and he just pushes out lanes really well with his E, his ability to farm, and his harass is just really good for a top laner. He's also really tanky and does a lot of damage, which is also good because a lot of champions in the top lane either do one or the other, but they don't do both, which is why Dr. Mundo is a really good champion. And then for jungle, jungling with Mundo like before level 4 is kind of hard because you're trying to keep your health, but at the same time you have to use your abilities, which cost health, like your W does a lot of damage in the jungle, but at the same time it costs you a lot of health. And your E and Q are also going to cost you health, even though your Q is going to give you back more health. But after that, ganks from Mundo are really good. Like if you go around and then you throw a few cleavers, each cleaver has a 2-second slow, and it does a really good amount of damage. So if you're ganking a lane that already has a low enemy, then a few cleavers and a few hits from you and the person you're ganking should be enough to kill the other person. And then Mundo mid is also really good because most mid laners nowadays, like LeBlanc and Ari and Katarina and all that stuff, they are, for the most part, ability power based champions, and Mundo builds MR as his core item. So when you build MR your first item, it just really counters any lane, and it's just really good on him because he can just win any lane that he wants. Some lanes might be harder, but most people are going to be ranged, which is why you're going to be able to poke them, and if they're not ranged, you're going to be able to poke them still because you're still going to be able to hit them from a range, and when they have to come up to you, you're still going to hit them with your E and W and all that stuff. And he also has really good survivability in lane, like if he gets ganked, you can automatically use your ult, like if you're low or you just need to run away. He just has a lot to offer in top and mid lane, and where I personally think Mundo plays best is in support, because by taking the typical support mastery, it's just really good because you mark the opponent almost constantly, and your ADC can just get free heals off of that person that's marked. So you just stay in bushes and hit people while your ADC farms, and you're just denying them CS. You're giving your laner, your ADC, more CS, and at the same time you're just pushing out the lane a lot more. And if your laner needs healing, your ADC needs healing, then you just hit them, you mark them, and then they attack them, and then they get healed, which is really broken in my opinion. And Mundo support isn't even that bad because by buying the Targon's Brace line, the new quest now gives you a shield, a free shield that just slowly regenerates, which is good on Mundo, obviously, because he's a major tank. So if you just build the Targon's Grace line, then into any item, it's just a really, really strong pick in support lane. Even though people will say, oh, but he doesn't have stuns, he doesn't have really that good engage, he has to get up close, and ADCs can stay far away, which is true, but by the time you're going in, it's almost a free kill, because it's just really easy to go in on a really low opponent that your ADC can heal off of. And yeah, that's personally why I just think Mundo is a really strong champion right now. The footage in the background has been Mundo mid, and it's just a really good pick in my opinion. So yeah, this is SuperBaconGaming.